Hello, welcome back to the aftermath. I don't want to say the score. Newcastle 4, West Ham United 3. The reason why you're getting the aftermath on a Sunday, which you never get an aftermath on a Sunday, is because I need to do a Tottenham match preview on a Monday because the game is on Tuesday. So it's a tight schedule. You're getting this 8 p.m. on a Saturday. 8 p.m. on a Sunday, sorry. I'm recording this at 11 p.m. on a Saturday. And I've probably done a match I might have done a match reaction to the Man City Arsenal game, depending on how the results go. If Arsenal have got something out of it, then that's why I haven't done a match reaction. Make sure to like the video, subscribe. Well, we're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year. We're nearly on 250. So if we can hit that, that would be great. I didn't even do an intro for my match reaction. I didn't even do one. If you want an extensive match reaction, well, I talk about this in my match reaction on my TikTok as well. I did one on TikTok, so you can go and check that out as well. Did I expect anything from this game? I expected a draw. I expected a 1-1 draw. I expected a scrappy game after an international break. I expected mediocre. And we got a bit of mediocre. We still did get mediocre. Like, even when we were winning, it wasn't a good performance. Hold on, let me just get my chair forward. Even when we were winning, it was still mediocre then. When we start, now, this is how the game kind of started, yeah. They were just picking holes throughout the midfield. Because we play with a 4-2-3-1, they were playing with a 4-3-3. The centre midfielders were getting ahead of ours. Two midfielders that are not defensive midfielders in Souček and Ward-Prowse, not sixes. But we play like we have three defensive midfielders anyway. So they were getting in holes that we couldn't deal with, that we didn't choose to deal with. So we would just get dominated, overloaded on the fucking wide areas and stuff like that. And Gordon was taking Soufal out for a walk. He was dragging him across, taking him on a lead, fucking hitting him, beating him to death. And he wasn't even fully fit. Like, Gordon ended up playing the whole game apart from the red card. But he wasn't fully fit. The guy looked injured as well. Like, half of Newcastle's players looked injured. I mean, we saw it in the second half. Every 2 seconds, an injury happened. Every 2 seconds, an injury happened for them. And we still couldn't beat them. We couldn't even hold on for a 3-3 draw. We couldn't even hold on for a 3-3 draw. We were 3-1 up, and we went 4-3 down. Now, someone I would like to shout out is Konstantinos Mavropanos, because this guy's meant to be a ball-playing centre-back. But I am seeing more no-nonsense defending than I am seeing ball-playing ability. That's probably because we don't play on the ball. But I've seen more mistakes of you making mistakes with the ball rather than you making defensive errors. That clearance where he fly-kicked it out, I want to say fair play, and Mavropanos did not deserve that. Looking at the goals, Mavropanos did not deserve to be on the end of that loss. Someone like Emerson didn't really deserve to be on that loss. He didn't offer much going forward, Emerson, I'm recording this on a Saturday, so I'm saying today. But he didn't do bad defensively either. Now, Zuma in the second half ran out of running ability. But in the first half when we were defending deep, he was fine. He was fine. He's been slightly better the past 3 games. He hasn't been Zuma that I know of, the Zuma that I hold to high standard. He hasn't been that Zuma. But he hasn't been that bad up until the second half, but I don't really know if our centre-backs anymore. I would play on Bonner on Tuesday against Tottenham. I would, but whatever. We'll talk about the Tottenham game another time. Vladimir Soufal was awful. I am bored of it. Now, no one can tell me, no stats can tell me, yeah, none of your Premier League app stats, none of your expected threat, none of that can tell me that Vladimir Soufal has been a great player this season. Vladimir Soufal, for me, hasn't been the same since that thigh injury or groin injury against Man United in the Carabao Cup when we faced them in 2021, when Matic kneed him in the thigh or whatever it was. He has not been the same since. It's not been the same Sufal. After that one season that he had, he has not been the same. He gives you an occasional game. With space, he can put a good cross in. When he's pressed, he literally fumbles on the ball so many times. And he wants a new contract. You can find a new club. I said this in my match reaction. You can find a new club, mate. And take Souček with you. An absolute passenger in midfield. Lack of presence. No tackling. No foot on the ball. No passing. Nothing. No, not even any composure. At the end, he tried to chest the fucking ball. He tried to chest the ball. Sufal and Souček, leave. If we get a manager that does play on the front foot, you'll see Souček will suffer anyway. 3-year contract should not have been given to Souček. He did not earn that. And the people that were glad that he got a new contract, this is what you deserve this. You deserve this. You deserve this. If you wanted Souček to have that new contract, you deserve this. An occasional last-minute winner does not save you from a 10-game run of you not appearing in the game. He doesn't appear in the game. In the course of 90 minutes, what does he do? Nothing. But these are the kind of players that I don't like in football nowadays, that bail you out in the 90th minute, and suddenly they're all such a good player. Now, if Souček wants to roll at this club, he needs to do what every time I talk about him, like that role that he should have is come on in the 90th minute and give us a winner. Don't play the whole game. Now, no matter what Souček does, he's going to play every game. He's going to play against Tottenham. He's going to play against, I think we've got Wolves next weekend. He's going to play against Leverkusen. He's going to play against Fulham. He's going to play Leverkusen again. He's going to play against Liverpool, Palace, whatever game we have next. He's going to play them all. He's going to play all of them games. He won't budge. He won't skip a game. Because he's untouchable for this manager. That's why Ward-Prowse is suffering. That's why without Alvarez, we're suffering. Because of favouritism. Because of absolute nonsense. Ward-Prowse wasn't good enough today. I thought he was okay in the first half, but he wasn't good enough overall. Didn't get a foot on the ball either. But when Ward-Prowse and Souček come together, you see a different Ward-Prowse. When Ward-Prowse play on the left wing, you see a different Ward-Prowse. When Ward-Prowse play the 10, you see a different Ward-Prowse. None of these Ward-Prowse versions I like. I like Ward-Prowse right 8. Play him in a right 8. Not asking for much. I'm genuinely not asking for much. I'm asking him to play in the position that he's familiar with. That is the basics of football. Now, when I see Souček in any type of midfield, I see the same Souček all the time. I cannot wait for Edson Alvarez to come back. We're not going to see him against Tottenham. 2-game ban, all of that stuff. And then we're not going to have him for the first leg against Leverkusen. If we manage to survive Leverkusen away without Edson Alvarez, I'll be very impressed. I'll be very impressed. And I want this season to end. I said this on Strasbourg Steve's stream. Now, if you want to go check that out, go check that out. I'm at the end of that watch-along stream for the Newcastle game. I said this. Even though we've got European games, I just want this to end. You see, apart from the Leverkusen game, I would skip every league game. I look forward to Europe. Europe has been great for West Ham. I always look forward to it. I get the excitement, I get the buzz, but I give us no chance. The reason why I give us no chance is I hear what everyone's saying. We're going to win against Leverkusen because they don't come up against a team like us that play a low block. I get that. We might hit them on the counter. We don't really counter like that anymore. Only Jared Bowen really plays on the counter now. Now, we've seen in the game against Newcastle that Kudus and Paquetá can play balls in behind for players to run in behind, and Antonio will be needed against Leverkusen. But I don't give us a chance. Now, if we could get, even if it's just a 1-0 down to the London Stadium, then yeah, of course we have a chance. Of course we do. But I would like the season to end. I would like us to get to July the 1st, where David Moyes' contract expires, and we move on. I'm bored of it. I'm bored of pundits trying to gaslight us. Joe Cole, Owen Hargreaves, Don Hutchinson, Simon Jordan, Jim White, Jason Cundy, Jamie O'Hara, that told West Ham fans to apologise. You should apologise for being a fucking shit pundit, for wasting my time. Wasting my time and wasting everyone else's time of you being an utter shit pundit. Alan Shearer, Gary Lineker. Who else? There's a lot. Ben Foster, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent. All up Moyes' ass. All of them are so far up Moyes' ass. It's unbelievable. Only Jamie Carragher has tried to take an objective point of view from a pundit's point of view. He is the only pundit that has tried to be objective about David Moyes. You go check out the Monday Night Football analysis before when we faced Brentford. He's the only one that took an objective point of view about West Ham. He doesn't just, go off narratives. Oh yeah, I forgot about Rio Ferdinand as well. That fucking speech at Sheffield United away. Fuck your speech. What the fuck was that? Did you watch that? I bet you fucking didn't. You don't watch West Ham week in, week out. Don't pretend like you care about West Ham just because you played for us about 30 years ago. You don't care about West Ham. And your brother as well. Your brother needs to stop this as well. Because your brother works for the club. He's obviously going to stick up for the manager. Colton Cole works for the club. I love Colton Cole. I love Anton Ferdinand. But they're obviously going to stick up for the manager. They're pundits that work for the club. What is the point of that? What is the point of that? You think the guy that is sometimes a guest host on Ironcast, the podcast run by West Ham, is going to talk down on David Moyes? No. You think Don Hutchinson, that was a guest on Ironcast, is going to talk down on David Moyes? No. You think Colton Cole, the guy who's an under-18s coach, is going to talk down on David Moyes? No. But why is Joe Cole doing it? Why is Rio Ferdinand doing it? Rio Ferdinand, you've not wanted to associate yourself with West Ham ever. So why are you now coming out and defending David Moyes when we drew? This was just before we drew to Sheffield United in that same day. And you saw what happened in that Sheffield United game. So don't give me all of this. Don't give me, as a fan that watches my club week in, week out, all this shit. All these pundits, all these fucking pundits that don't watch us week in, week out, trying to tell me about, or trying to tell us as a fan base, of what we should be, like, fucking grateful for. Joe Cole, I've been a fan of this club longer than you've played for this club. I can be grateful for what the fuck I want to be grateful for. Understand? You're a Chelsea fan. You're a guy who played for West Ham who's a Chelsea fan. Your best days were at Chelsea. So don't give me all of this. Don't give me all of this. Because you will lose respect from the fan base if you carry on. You will lose respect. Understand? Now, let's carry on with the game. Now, I put this in the title, and 13 minutes in, well, I put this in the thumbnail, and 13 minutes in, I'm going to talk about it. And I was going to talk about it first, but I got diverted, I got distracted, whatever. Calvin Phillips against the West Ham fan. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, credit to West Ham Network for the original video. You can go and find it on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. Obviously, players get back at their coach. There's always fans waiting outside, sometimes for a picture, sometimes whatever. He ignores the fan that wants to take the picture. People don't really talk about that side of the video, but there is another fan that shouted useless at Calvin Phillips. So Calvin Phillips looks at him and does the middle finger. Now, I'm not really angry at Calvin Phillips for this, because I understand that even though he is shit, if you're getting berated at, you've had a howler of a game, you've lost the game, you want to do well, you're trying to get game time, trying to gain match sharpness, and then all of that happens, you go back on the coach and someone's calling you useless. I get it. I'm not on this players need to be PC. If players want to fight back, they can fight back. I'm all for that. But you should. But here's what I'm going to put as a counter argument. I would accept that if a player was good and they had an occasional bad game and someone called him useless and it was unjustified. Now, people can call that abuse. Fair enough, whatever. Apparently everything is abuse nowadays. But hear this. Was the fan wrong? No, the fan wasn't wrong. He is useless. But I don't know whether he should go and do it. Whether the fan should willingly go up to the players after you've lost 4-3. If I've lost 4-3, I'm not going up to the players. I'm fucking off home, especially with that long journey. You might as well just go home. But that's just my point of view. I'm kind of on the fence with all of it. Let's carry on with the game. Yeah, Calvin Phillips was at fault for the second goal. I don't blame him for the penalty. As much as I don't think those kind of penalties they should be given, those penalties have been given all season. So if they want to remain as consistent as they can be, then I'm not really completely mad at that being given. Do I want it to be given? No, I'm a West Ham fan. I don't want any penalty against us to be given. But it is what it is. We had 2 other goals that were very preventable. Vladimir Sufal playing Harvey Barnes onside. Oh, Harvey Barnes. Did you say Harvey Barnes, Mikes? Yes, I did say Harvey Barnes. Do you remember that video in the summer where I said I wanted Harvey Barnes and we missed out on Harvey Barnes, and I ranted about the fact that we missed out on Harvey Barnes? Now, the fact that he's been injured, fair enough, injured. He might have been injured for us as well. He probably would have been injured for us. But guess what would have happened? If Benrahma and Fornals fucked off and we had Harvey Barnes and Maxwell Corday as our options, and we had a manager that had any brain cells to actually play a left winger at left wing, and we had Harvey Barnes and Corday competing for left wing, and they actually got game time, you would have Harvey Barnes, Jared Bowen, Paquetá maybe playing deeper next to Alvarez, Kudus behind the striker, something like that, something actually front-footed and something that actually tells me you want to intend to go and win a game. Harvey Barnes could do that and shoot from outside the box and do that. He scored against us for Leicester how many times? This guy has shown he's a very good Premier League left winger. So why didn't we sign him? Someone please tell me why didn't we sign him? Someone please tell me why we was, according to Matt Law, in pole position literally a day after we won the Conference League to then miss out against Newcastle. And now guess what? He scored 2 goals against us. Are you fucking happy now? All the people that said our left winger options are fine on Twitter. You don't know ball. I've not used that phrase on this channel. You don't know ball. It's as simple as that. Harvey Barnes would have been sick for West Ham. Second goal that Harvey Barnes scored was preventable again. Zuma probably should have done better against Gordon in that situation, and he can't run, so fair enough, I get the criticism of that. But the ball falls to Harvey Barnes, and Calvin Phillips, you didn't even try. You didn't even try properly to be a fucking ball winner. Like, you're meant to be a ball-winning midfielder, and you do all of that. It's nonsense. I didn't want this guy at this club. I'm not going to give him that energy. But yeah, maybe useless is the right word. Maybe it is the right word. What else have I not talked about? Let me talk about the positives. I knew Jared Bowen was going to score when he went through a goal like that. I didn't think he played well. Overall, I thought he could have done better with the basics of football today, the short passing, etc. But he's a finisher. He's becoming a very frequent finisher. I think he's got like 14, 15 goals in the league. So fair play to him. Mohamed Kudus, someone who I thought, again, I didn't think he played well, but he took his goal well. I think the keeper maybe should save it. But right foot finish. Well done. Another goal for Mohamed Kudus in the league. Well done to him. Paquetá, I actually thought played well. I think he needs to stay on his feet a lot more. But that was a beautiful ball for Mikel Antonio, and that was a very quick thinking for the Mohamed Kudus goal. For the free kick. Yeah, the ball over the top for Antonio, obviously no one came to press him, so when you don't press Paquetá, there's a runner in behind, that's what you get. Now, we actually could have just left this game, 3-1 up. Maybe at worst, they get a consolation, oh well, 3-2, we won 3-2, we still got the 3 points, we move. No, we lost 4-3, and the main thing today is that we lost 4-3. We drew 2-2 to Burnley, we drew 1-1 to Aston Villa, and this happened. And guess what happened before then? We beat Everton, we beat Brentford. But guess what happened before then? We lost to Nottingham Forest. Guess what happened before then? We got battered by Arsenal. And do you know what our last win was before the Brentford game and Everton game? Was against Arsenal at the Emirates. So how many games is that? 3 and 14? Someone commented on a match reaction? 3 wins in 14 games. And we're still 6th or 7th. That tells you how shit this league is. That tells you how shit the quality is. There you go. Moyes out. Get him gone. by the end of the season. Because I understand why you wouldn't sack him now, but listen, if it was up to me, I probably would. I've tried to be respectful and say just leave him to the end of the season. I just get him gone now. I don't really care. I don't care about what games we have coming up. If we lose to Tottenham at home, by any means we lose to Tottenham at home, it's going to get fucking toxic. It's going to get fucking toxic. And as much as people want to use the thing for Leverkusen as the points I said earlier, why we beat Leverkusen, well, Freiburg are also in the Bundesliga. They don't come up against low blocks that much. They were still 1-0 up at their ground because of a mistake we made. Now, who's to say that we wouldn't make another mistake and we go 1-2, 3-0 down to Leverkusen away from home? Who's to say that doesn't happen, you know? They've won again on a Saturday. They are about to win the league. Xabi Alonso's staying. The stars are aligning for West Ham to fucking bottle it again. My expectations and criticisms of David Moyes wasn't going to be about Europe because of the calibre of teams. I knew he couldn't handle that. Fair enough, we're in a quarter-final. We beat Freiburg, a team that we beat twice in a group stage. But the calibre of teams, I'm not expecting anything as much as I'd like to win the trophy. Of course I would. It was mainly about the league and position like that. And people are going to say, but you're in a good league position. It's not going to last. I've been saying 9th pretty much since October. If we get 9th, it's not Europe. Those are the standards now. Those has to be the standards. I'm not here for mid-table. I'm not here for relegation battle. Throwing away the FA Cup for what? Throwing away the Carabao Cup for what? The only reason why you're in the job is because you won a cup. So why are you throwing cups away? Because now we're coming up against one of the better sides in the Europa League. You might have had an easy draw in the FA Cup. I don't know who Bristol City faced next. I think it was Forest. No, it might not have been Forest. I don't remember who it was. And against Liverpool, fair enough, it's Anfield, but you put your second team up there. Now, luckily, nobody talked about that afterwards because we won against Man United and Arsenal afterwards. And also, I'll add Ali McCoy to the list of disgraceful commentary pundits up there that constantly bumlick David Moyes. I'll add him to that as well. As good as he is a commentator, lack of objectiveness is the right phrase. But yeah, 23-minute video. That's how long I've been ranting for, so make sure to like the video. I'm going to have an alcoholic beverage because I fucking need it. And yeah, like the video, subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 500. We're nearly on 250, so please get me there as soon as you can. As soon as you can, please. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me in the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.